Alrighty then, it's time for another Zack game, but this one is Ability Power Zack. Which one? Though, I'll be more accurate with that, it's more like Magic Penetration Zack. Which you do. Thing is, not a lot of AP items work too well on Zack. So, and his ratios aren't the best, so you want as much hard penetration as possible. You want penetration up the ass. So much so that the goo just oozes out onto the enemy. The idea with him is that since his base values are pretty damn good, you just kind of catapult in and destroy them. So you get stuff like Haunting Guys, Abyssal Scepter at some point, Sorcerer's Boots, and you also get Sunfire Cape, so it burns when you get penetration, right? Either way, you could see the Lee Sin already wrecked the shit out of the enemy jungle and the enemy mid lane, so he's coming top to help me kill Renekton. Renekton just kind of goes into my slingshot. I sort of predicted where he was going to go, because I figured even if I missed, I'd be able to slow him and we just beat him to death as he tries to run away. Well, good thing for us. However, I'm pretty low health and I get exceedingly greedy, so I try pushing out a little bit. But I stick around, you see? I stick around. Renekton actually has an item over me, so he decides to go full on in. I shouldn't have slingshot on him, because now he gets to punish me and kill me for that. Anyways, runes and masteries. Magic Pen Red, Armor Yellow, Magic Resistance Blues, and Ability Power Quints. However, that was because I didn't intend to go AP Zack from the get-go. My Lee Sin got 3 kills at the very start, so I figured, you know what? We might be able to snowball this game. I'll go AP, and we'll just slingshot in and kill them. Of course, it's kind of silly considering they have Kindred, but Kindred already got her ass beat in the jungle, so I don't consider her that much of a threat. If I had preemptively wanted to go AP Zack, I would have gone Magic Pen Quintessence for that whole penetration thing. Anyways, Renekton picks a fight with me. I wouldn't have suspected that Kindred was coming, but she pops in. Still though, I know I can kill Renekton with my ultimate, but I've slowed down too far to be able to just kill him, so I have to use my flash to punch him in the face. Kindred's level 3, and knowing this, I know she doesn't have enough damage to kill me. So I just try running around in circles, just trying to pop as much of my passive as possible, and then drinking my goo just to heal myself. And she runs out of mana, so I know she can't do shit anymore. I almost actually kill her, and she doesn't manage to kill me at all. So that's really fucking sad, and that puts her behind so much because she wasted so much time trying to kill me. She didn't achieve anything. In fact, Lee Sin was able to steal her red, I believe, because she was spending so much time at top lane. Lee Sin has just been able to dominate now, especially considering, well, he was already pretty damn good prior to this, but now, because of top lane shenanigans, the Kindred is just pretty much a sealed deal. And as you can see, they're continuing the pressure, putting her down. Because so far from what we've seen of Kindred is that she's actually pretty damn strong early game. Because her abilities kind of allow her to kind of cheat the shit out of things. But as the game goes on, she becomes weaker and weaker. And it's mostly because items just suck on her. Anyways, I fight Renekton, and I actually kind of fight this poorly because I use my abilities too quickly and I engage. I mean, I keep fighting him while his ultimate is active. If I had waited for his ultimate to wear off and then re-engaged on him, I probably would have been able to finish him off, or at least not taking as much damage before I brought it down. Anyways, Lee Sin, you can see, pulls off the classic Lee Sin Q, as in he has to go in no matter how dangerous it is, just so he can kill the enemy, Caitlyn, I believe. So, this game is going well for my team thus far. LeBlanc comes top lane and murders the hell out of Renekton and brings him down. Of course, you see the first thing I built was a Seeker's Arm Guard for, obviously, to defend myself against the Renekton. But usually when I've played AP Zack, I would straight out go for the Haunting Guys. It's just, I had a kind of a rough time against the Renekton, and honestly, my farming hasn't been so well because I was on tilt this day. Just a lot of really bad games. There's several people doing that whole gatekeeper shit where, because it's close to the end of the season, they just purposely throw games, or they decide, oh, I give up, I don't want to play this game anymore, because they just kind of don't care that other people are still trying to get their divisions up. I honestly don't care too very much either, because I just don't. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to try. Anyhow, the Renekton himself didn't build any resistances, so once I get some penetration, he's going to take the full brunt of my gooey force. Lee Sin comes up top just to help me kill him, and I use my ultimate, and it kind of creates an awkward situation where Lee Sin wanted to kick him, but he kicks him anyways, and it creates a very stylish kill against the Renekton. No, I can kill with my Q. So we can pretty much guarantee that top lane is dead and buried. Now, the rest of the game, after I take top lane, I mean, the rest of the game is just gonna be my team trying to execute them, and we gotta execute Kindred too before she gets off her ultimate, because otherwise we'll lose. Again, if I had gone tank Zac, I would figure our damage might not be too much, because we're pretty bursty, and if we don't burst down the right targets quick enough, then Kindred's gonna use her ultimate and just kind of save the game, so to speak. I know even if she was like, you know, level 6 on their farm and trash, her ultimate alone could still lose us the games. So the Kindred was the complete last pick, so it caught me by surprise. Now, she's still feeding my team, because, you know, she is a lamb, and lamb is delicious. I love lamb vindaloo from her Indian food. So, yeah, I don't even know if she's a good player or a bad player, but damn, my team is, like, if she wasn't losing so badly, then maybe my team wouldn't be crushed her team. Anyways, as you can see, Renekton has absolutely no chance of fighting me anymore. He didn't do any building of defenses against me, so he's pretty much taking the full brunt of my force. I've taken top lane. It's going down. My teammates were wanting to gather for objectives and to push mid. We have a 10 kill lead, though from retrospect of the replay, we don't have a considerable gold lead. I mean, it's a good one, but it's not like as gross as it should be with 10 kills. So the Zyra gets picked off rather easily. I'm going back top lane, but I believe I'm going to get called into the mid lane very soon enough. Like, I'm trying to preserve top lane as much as possible, just sort of kind of rub it into Renekton's face that he tried so hard and didn't get so far. So it didn't matter. Anyways, Renekton and Kindred hide in the bush, and I catapult in, but this is exactly what I mean by her ultimate. Jump in, almost annihilate her, but she gets off her ultimate just in time and survives, and it gets the LeBlanc killed. I still kill Kindred, but she's pretty much worth nothing at this point, so it was a much more valuable kill on against the LeBlanc. That's the kind of shit that's going to screw over my team, and that's probably Kindred's best ability in the game, period. Actually, if it was on a tank, if that ability was on a tank, it would be one of the most overpowered abilities ever. But it's on a squishy kind of character, so its value is a lot harder to judge, because if you can snuff her out before she gets to use it, then it doesn't do anything. Either way, that whole shenanigans that I tried to pull off there got me and 2 other teammates killed. So it wasn't exactly the most fortuitous engage, even though you can see that I'm actually starting to be able to do some chunky damage. I'm getting Hourglass next, so I can pull off some golden Zac stunts. I love doing that. You go in, you pop your ultimate, and before your passive gets popped, you go into golden mode, and then you just kind of get to essentially reset the fight. I teleport in, and the Ahri, for whatever reason, decides to get very close to my teammates, so she gets easily engaged on, but of course, as always, like I said, the Kindred ultimate saves them. Lee Sin gets an ultimate on all of them, but of course, the Kindred ultimate continues to save them. Surprisingly, Lee Sin survives this whole shenanigans where he dove in against the Ahri and killed her, and we dive in as well when we pick a few people off, but overall, it's more catastrophic for us. By the way, watch this. Renekton, I just kind of make sure to wait around till he uses his dash in the most terrible way. And I I actually do jump over and manage to survive. If you want to replay that, go ahead. I did a few things to make sure I didn't die. I waited for him to use his dash before he could use it to follow me through any wall. And then I went to the left side of the bottom left side of the golem place and jumped over 2 walls just in case he had a flash. So even if he flashed over, he wouldn't be able to follow me through 2 of those. So it was just a way to make myself survive. Anyways, Kindred goes for the dragon, easily gets it because that's one of her strongest features right now. We try to engage, and I believe I do catch somebody. Well, no, the Kindred pretty much gets annihilated here. Jump in, pop in, kill the Zyra, use my ultimate, start taking the Renekton, flash over to the Caitlyn and take control of her, and then just punch him with my Q fist, and then the Renekton gets killed off. And watch this. This is actually kind of really funny. The Caitlyn tried to survive by that one little spot where you couldn't see her because of the fog of war, but my jump revealed her for a little while, and we caught her and murdered her. It was honestly smart, insanely desperate, but it was smart. Like, I even had to type to her, you know what? For all the plays I see, that was actually pretty damn smart. Like she knew she was going to die. She just kept running, but something like that, some kind of tiny plays like that, just are kind of what make my days. Where the person is actively thinking even during a very difficult or stressful situation, right? I like those kinds of plays. Anyways, the next build that I'm going item for is obviously the Sunfire. It's just to give more burning to my penetration. And Abyssal Scepter last. I'm leaving it to the very end because their AP casters aren't that threatening to me. So if I wanted for more damage, that thing would have been the perfect purchase. But I want to make the full value of the bits of gold I'm getting now that I'm roaming. So in most cases, I wouldn't even get an Hourglass. And the Sunfire would probably be during an extended laning phase or during a last item, just to sort of round out my item build, right? And give me some survivability. And beyond that, you just kind of evolve your Haunting Guys to Leandri's Torment, and I just kind of leave it at that. And I know some of you might be disappointed that I haven't gotten Golden Mode yet, but here's where I will actually go Golden Mode. Jump in, destroy the Ahri and the Zyra with my ultimate, do a lot of damage, chase after the Ahri, and before they all collapse on me, I go Golden Mode, Golden Stretchy Mode. And then I just back off, wait for my E cooldown to come back in, and then just charge in, jump against the Caitlyn and the Zyra, smash! And I do get my passive pop, but because of it, I managed to survive. And they focused fired me at the very end there, and it cost them their lives. So that was a good fortuitous play as Zac. You can rewind it to see it again, but I'll just pretty much tell you. Jump in, deal a lot of damage, use my ultimate, and chase after the Ahri. And when they focus fired me, go into stasis mode, and if they focus fired me again after I jumped back in the second time to do more damage, my passive would save me. So pretty much, I diluted the effectiveness of their damage. They wasted their time on me because I had basically two quote-unquote Zhonya's. One is a true Zhonya's, and the other one was just kind of a revival thing. Needless to say, we kind of lost a few people during that engage afterwards because my teammates got a little bit too greedy. So we couldn't just finish it off there. The enemy team is still holding on. Kindred comes in, and I believe the Ahri will too soon follow. So we're just kind of setting up a little ambush point here. Easy peasy. As soon as they get together, and as soon as I know they're going to pass through here, I charge up my E, and I nail the Ahri, and I do a shitload of damage, and pretty much murder her. She stays out of the Kindred circle, so she ends up getting dropped. Kindred flashes away and survives. Zyra and Renee are nearby, so I catapult on top of the Zyra. Slam! And I just start bashing at her, but of course they get reinforcements, and I'm almost going to be dropped, so I go into Golden Zac mode. And then I just kind of flash over the wall to survive. I don't want to deal with him right now. So, you get to see, I know I'm pretty big and kind of, I'm pretty much ahead, but if the enemy team doesn't have any magic resistance, the amount of damage Zac can pull off with his E and his ultimate is ridiculous. His base values are just so lovely. Specifically on his E, it's just the cooldowns and the ratios are not manageable enough to make you into sort of an AP caster, so you gotta kill them with that one big boom. And penetration helps you achieve that as best as possible. And as to when to go AP Zac, in a team comp sort of like this, where your damage is all in just one big go. I picked Zac nearly late. I thought my Ezreal was going to go Jinx or something sustained, and I would have just been regular Zac, but nah. He went Ezreal, so we needed more burst just to make sure that team fight rounds about. And mostly I went AP because my Lee Sin was able to get a very respectable lead early. And with it, I decided, we could just finish this game quickly and with damage. It didn't end as quick as it needed, as it could have, but the AP Zac still paid off because it was able to help us snipe a few people here and there and round out our damage. So hooray for Zac and hooray for Team Boom Boom. We got the penetration going and we got them dead. Anyhow, if you enjoyed this video, remember to give the video a like and leave any comments below, depending on whatever your opinion was it, or on the question of the day. Hooray for Zack, and hooray for Lee Sin. He dominated well.